Has U.S. deep engagement in the Middle East helped secure American interests? I hate that phrase. I hate that phrase, deep engagement. No, obviously not. I think it should be obvious to most people. I think it is obvious to most people. The United States chose to intervene in a number of disputes, several times in Iraq, but other places, on faulty premises. The premise that what was happening there was hugely significant and important for the United States, and that we had the power to actually do something about it. And I think that the one very slim silver lining to some of these misadventures in the Middle East is that it has induced a measure of caution on the part of the American public, if not necessarily policymakers, to stay out of these disputes in the future because they turn out badly.
This is a softball for you, Andy, given your new book.
Well, I don't see the evidence of staying out. I mean, if we look at the behavior of the Obama administration, certainly Obama learned that invading and occupying countries with the expectations of transforming them is a dumb idea, doesn't work. But Obama has not demonstrated anything like restraint with regard to his policies in the greater Middle East. I mean, he escalated in Afghanistan. We've bombed Yemen, we've bombed Somalia, we've increased the U.S. military presence across the waste of Africa, the overthrow of the regime in Libya. Now we're back into the Gulf War. Different techniques, same outcomes.
The things that we've done that have had the greatest knock-on consequences is knocking over regimes. Right. This is the deepest and most disruptive engagements we've had. As nasty a person as Saddam Hussein was, we sure didn't make that billiard table any better.
You're saying that the world is not a better place?
The world, in some abstract sense, is a better place, but the Middle East is not a better place. Iraq is not a better place.
It's for two interrelated reasons. When you knock off other regimes, you create enormous local resentment because there are going to be winners and losers, and the losers are not going to be happy about the situation you've put them in. And at the second point, you've dismantled all the local institutions, so you've created an ungoverned space that those unhappy losers can organize in to do a variety of bad things.
And we've tried it both ways.
It's a perfect formula.
We tried knocking over an autocrat in Iraq and following up with a big occupation and state-building effort. That didn't work so well. So then we decided to try doing it on the cheap. We just knocked over Gaddafi and let nature take its course, and that hasn't worked so well. So we've tried the cheapest and the most expensive method, and neither has worked very well.
Let me float another, which is, in addition to knocking over regimes, though, we have there's a different kind of deep engagement, which is our long-term commitment to the allies, the Gulf states. We've cultivated a relationship and supported a bunch of regimes financially, with military support, all of these things. And these regimes have not been good for American security internationally, right? They spread.
To pick up on this and go back to Andy's point that we continue to do this despite these failures. I think that one of the main reasons we continue to do it is because it doesn't really affect the security of the United States. Because getting back to the previous question, we are so remarkably secure that we can go into places, completely wreck them, cause all this chaos and destruction, and it blows back into places like Europe and spreads around the Middle East and spreads into
Africa. Well, the American people pay no price.
Right.
Well,
The paradox.
they don't pay a direct price.
Yeah, and there's
an immediate, obvious, observable price.
Yeah, the paradox is that there's widespread skepticism that we can nation build at home, but that same salutary humility doesn't extend to nation building abroad.
And amazingly, it's held by conservatives who should know better, right? They should have read their Hayek. And
they're actually not conservatives. That's the
They're
fundamental
radicals.
problem with you.
Exactly.
They're radicals.
Yeah, exactly.